To POV Italian Cooking, or UC Cooking from my point of view. Sometimes you get home from work, you want to cook, you want it to be quick so you can, take care of the kids, help them out with their schoolwork or whatever. But you don't want to make something that's out of the freezer and high in calories and just not real good for you. So we're going to do a one pot cauliflower pasta dish. It's actually a Weight Watchers dish. Now we'll talk more about the points and stuff at the end of the video. This is really simple, really quick to make. You get one pot dirty, a little bit of prep on the front end. So with that, let's get started. All right, it's time to take a look at our ingredients. Now I'm going to tell you, I do have some notes on this one because I've not made this dish before. So this is a first for me. There seems to be a lot of ingredients here, but again, this is a one pot dish. This is also a Weight Watchers dish. Now, when we get to the tasting on this, I'll talk a little bit more about the points and whatnot, but let's just take a quick look at our ingredients. We're going to have probably 1 to maybe 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to salt and pepper to taste. 1/4 to 1/2 of a tablespoon of red pepper flakes. We're going to have about 1.5 tablespoons of capers. We're going to use about maybe just shy of 1 tablespoon of parsley. If you're going to use fresh parsley, this recipe calls for about 1/4 cup, but I don't have any fresh, so we're just going to use the dry. We're going to use 1/4 cup of Romano cheese. Preferably you would want to use Pecorino. I have Romano. We're going to use that. About 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. We're going to do a rough mince on that. We want 1 teaspoon of lemon zest and then the juice of 1 lemon. So we'll be using everything on this lemon. We're going to use 3 cups of water. We have 8 ounces of whole wheat pasta. And then we have our cauliflower. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this into florets, and we want about 4 cups of cauliflower. So those are our ingredients. I'm going to break away. We're going to get a few things ready, and then we'll come back. So we're just going to do the prep, cut up our garlic, shred our cheese, cut up our florets, and then when we come back, we're going to start throwing this stuff in the pot. Okay, we've relocated over to our stove, so we're going to get our olive oil going. We want to try to stay under 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Reach over here, get me a wooden spoon. So, want our olive oil to heat up, and then we are going to add our red pepper flakes. About 1/4 teaspoon or so. You can even go to 1/2, just depends on how spicy you like your food. For me, that's probably about right. Now we are going to add our garlic. That's about enough. Again, that was 3 or 4 things of garlic. My stove needs to be, my burners are kind of unlevel right now. I'm getting new burners for this bad boy, so you'll see my olive oil kind of collect. We're going to let this go for about 1 minute. To get everything nice and fragrant, turn our heat down a little bit so as not to burn everything. Really what we're doing here is we are infusing our olive oil with the red pepper and garlic, as we do with many of the dishes that we make. Now, after about 1 minute, you'll see why we call this one pot pasta. All right, so now we add the pasta, the cauliflower. We add our water. We add 3 cups of water. That was a whole head of cauliflower. That was 8 ounces of whole wheat pasta. We then also add our lemon. Now what I did here is it's about 1/4 teaspoon of lemon zest, and then I used the juice from 1/2 a lemon. I'm one of those folks where if I can taste a lemon in anything, I don't like it to be overwhelming. I want it to kind of, round out the flavor. That's everything that goes into the pot. What we're going to do is we're going to get this going. We want to bring it to a boil and stir it every now and then uncovered. Make sure, give our pasta time to be al dente. So let's give this a quick stir. We are going to bring this to a boil. Let it go for 10 to 12 minutes until our pasta is right where we want it. Then we're going to take it off the heat. That's about it. Let's go ahead and put in our salt and pepper. This will give our salt and pepper time to work its way clear through the dish. You don't want to add your salt and pepper clear at the end because you want to give the salt time to infuse the flavor. That is probably good enough for right now. So our capers and our cheese will go on at the very, very end. This is about a 1/4 cup of Romano cheese. If you have pecorino, use pecorino instead. This is about a 1.5 tablespoons or so of capers, roughly chopped. So I'm gonna bring this to a boil. Once I get it to a boil, we'll come back and kind of check on things. Okay, our dish has been cooking now for 8.5 to 9 minutes. You'll see our water is starting to reduce. I actually did add a little bit more water. If you're getting close on your time, your pasta's starting to stick and it's just not quite ready yet, it's not tender enough, add a little bit more water. Just add about 1/2 cup, see how that goes. But you can see how our liquid is starting to thicken up. Trying to get the camera a little closer there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep an eye on this. When the pasta is al dente where I like it, I will come back. Okay, it has been 12 minutes. Our cauliflower is starting to break down. Our liquid is reduced. Sticking to the bottom of the pan a little bit, you can see there our liquid is really reduced. So what we do, we dump in our capers. I've turned the heat off. We put our capers in. We give this a little stir to get those capers incorporated. Put the lid on it. Put it on a cold burner. I'm going to let this sit for 2 minutes. When we come back, I already have it plated. We'll get the taste test out of the way because I am hungry. Alright, so we have our cauliflower and pasta plated up. You guys can see, looks really good. Excited about it. What I did is I dressed it with a little bit of Romano cheese. I would have much rather preferred and had a good pecorino Romano. I just didn't, so I cooked with what I had. Go with your gut. And then sprinkled a little bit of parsley over the top for color. So what we're going to do...
It's good.
Really good, really light. Again, it's a whole wheat pasta. And cauliflower and water, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of hot pepper, salt, pepper. But this is a Weight Watchers meal that is only 7 smart points for 1.5 cups, which is a really big, really satisfying serving. Again, I don't know if I would call this pure Italian. I would call it Italian-esque. So it still meets our requirements for POV Italian cooking. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. Please connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. And thank you so much for watching. Ciao.